So in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a scatter plot so that you can visually show the relationship between two variables. So you'll see I have SPSS loaded and my data loaded into SPSS. In this particular data set, each line or row represents a school district, and my data set includes all of the school districts from two states, in New Jersey and New York, from this year, 2016. And so what I'm going to show you, so let's say that we're interested in looking at the relationship between student achievement in reading and student achievement in math. So in this data set, I know that if I scroll over here, there are a couple of variables that have reading achievement measured as percent proficient within each school district, and in reading, and then percent proficient within each school district in terms of math. So what we want to do is create a scatter plot to show the relationship between these two variables, percent proficient in reading, percent proficient in math. So to do that, we're going to go to graphs. Then we are going to use the chart builder. We're going to click that. You might get a warning like this, and it's okay. Just as long as your data are in good order, you can just go ahead and click OK, and you'll be fine. And then this window pops up. And so what we need to do is set some options, and then SPSS will build our scatter plot for us. So down here, under where it says choose from, and there are all these different options for different kinds of visuals you can make. What we want to do is just use scatter or dot. And so what I will show you here is so you can highlight. This is just a basic scatter plot. We just click it, and then we just drag it up here to get things started. And then what we need to do is identify the two variables that we're trying to relate, so x-axis and y-axis. If you're just doing kind of a standard correlation, then it doesn't really matter what order like the variables go in. However, if you're thinking of this in terms of a predictor or independent variable and an outcome or dependent variable, then you would want your predictor or independent variable down here on the x-axis and your outcome or your dependent variable up here on the y-axis. So I'm just going to scroll down here. I see reading test percent proficient. So I'm just going to move that over to the y-axis, and I'm going to see math test percent proficient. I'm just going to drag that down here to the x-axis, and you'll see the kind of thumbnail or kind of starting point here, like this is going to change as you start to set options. That doesn't necessarily mean this is how your eventual chart is going to look. And if you wanted to, that you can see there are a bunch of different ways that you could construct this. So like if you wanted to include a fit line, you could drag this option up here, and that just means you're going to get a fit line that shows the estimated relationship between those two variables. That would be something like a correlation. In this case, we just want a regular scatter plot. So we're just going to leave it clean like that. Now with everything set, I can just click OK. And then here in the output, SPSS spits out our chart, our scatter plot. And so what we can see here is the relationship between percent proficient in math in a district and percent proficient in reading in a district. Meaning, so each of these dots represents one school district in our data set. And what we can see here is because it moves in this direction from down here bottom left to the top right. So this is a positive correlation, and it looks pretty strong here because the dots are fairly tight together. You can really see a strong pattern where everything is kind of moving in the same direction. But if you wanted to say with precision, what this correlation is, then you would just need to run that analysis, and then you can look at this correlation statistically. But the scatter plot is a great visualization to start exploring your data or to help communicate your research and your inquiry to an audience.